People often ask me, Emerson, how many games are there in the NHL tonight? To which I'd say today, 7. And here to share some of their best bets available on tonight's slate, DraftKings contributor Geoff Ulrich and RotoWire's AJ Schulz. Which money line bet do you like this evening, Geoff?
Give me the San Jose Sharks here. Money line going off around -108, -110 right now in the DraftKings Sportsbook. Look, the Sharks held up well against the Avalanche in their last series, taking the last game against the Avalanche, taking them to OT and the last one against that. Their top line is really rolling right now. The Sharks are, and they're actually getting some good goaltending from these young goalies they've been throwing out. Certainly better than Martin Jones for the regular season. And they're going up against the Coyotes team who's been reeling. They're out of the playoffs now. They've been getting terrible goaltending. I don't really understand this line. The Sharks have been the better team. They're at home. Give me the Sharks here on the money line.
AJ, what do you want?
I'm looking at the Red Wings at +132 tonight to get some value here. Since the start of March, so the only team with fewer goals this season than Detroit is Columbus at a league worst 2.06. Meanwhile, the Wings have been better defensively over that stretch, conceding just 2.47 goals per game. In the pipes, Thomas Greiss might get the start tonight. He's undefeated in regulation in his last 9 appearances with a 5-0-3 record, 1.45 goals against average. Honestly, I'm surprised that Detroit's even the underdog in this game.
Geoff, you're digging that pick, it sounds like.
I am digging it a lot. That was going to be my next pick for the next segment, but absolutely like it. Like I said, Thomas Greiss is playing well, and Columbus, why are they favored against anyone at this point? It doesn't make any sense.
AJ, what underdog you backing?
Well, obviously the Red Wings, but on top of that, also Dallas over the Lightning tonight at 133. You've got Tyler Seguin back with goals in back-to-back games, both losses for them, but I suspect that's going to change. And for the Lightning, you've got Curtis McElhinney getting the start tonight rather than Andrei Vasilevskiy, and that's a game changer. McElhinney not anywhere near the goaltender that Andrei Vasilevskiy is.
Geoff, you going with the Red Wings as well, or you want to go somewhere else?
So in terms of just, underdogs or big plus money bets you might want to take, I absolutely like the Red Wings, but we've already talked about them. I think that a plus money, you're getting a good bet there. But again, another bet you might want to target, and I'm going to talk about the San Jose Sharks team a lot today. Go into the alternate money lines on the DraftKings Sportsbook. You can dive in there. You can get different types of puck lines. Take the Sharks at -1.5. This team has been rolling offensively. They got a great first line going. Like I said, Arizona isn't stopping anyone. They've allowed the 4th most scoring chances against in the league this year. You can get big plus money odds on the Sharks tonight, and I like taking those alternate puck lines in matchups like this because I really feel like San Jose is playing much better hockey right now.
But Geoff, which total grabs your attention tonight when you look at this slate?
I'm going back to the same game. I mean, Arizona, San Jose. I mean, Arizona's goalies have not been good of late. And then you look at the Sharks, again, they're putting up goals against the team like the Avalanche. I mean, the Avs are a top defensive team here. Now you've got the Coyotes coming in with a -30 goal differential on the year, basically just an average penalty kill. Like I said, they allow a ton of scoring chances, and it all comes down to this top line for San Jose. They have 17 points in their last 3 games between them. Vander Kane, Thomas Hertl playing really well together. I like the over in the San Jose-Arizona game. And look, it's not like San Jose is a good defensive team. They're getting a little bit better goaltending here, but Arizona can certainly pot 3 or 4 goals on their own here. So I love the over here at 5.5. That's the one I'd target.
What about you, AJ?
I'll go back to the Motor City in the Detroit game here tonight. I like the under 5 at +114. I think that's a real possibility. I talked about how few goals either of these teams is scoring. And look, the Red Wings, I think, are better defensively, but in terms of firepower, they just don't have it right now. Dylan Larkin, Bobby Ryan, Robbie Fabry, all on the shelf. The Jackets, for their part, have managed just 18 goals in their last 10 contests, and I don't anticipate much offense here. I wouldn't be shocked to see this game end up as a 1-0 shootout winner between these two clubs.
Favorite overall bets around the NHL this evening, AJ? What is it for you?
Well, I mentioned Tyler Seguin's 2-game goal streak since returning from injury, so I think he can keep doing that tonight. I like him to score a goal at +220 tonight. In addition to that, I think the Golden Knights with the puck line minus 1.5 at plus 150 has some nice value. They're 4-1-1 with a combined score of 26-15 in their games against St. Louis this season. Based on their rotation, probably going to see Robin Leonard tonight for the Knights. Gives me slightly less confidence about them covering the spread. He's given up 9 goals in his last 2 games, but both losses there for them. But the Blues have been a mess all season long. So either one of those options, I think, are good for me tonight.
Geoff, if I asked you what your favorite overall bet in the NHL tonight is, what would you say?
Well, my favorite bet is probably just taking the Sharks on the money line. It's simple. It's easy. Like I said, the matchup says, the Sharks should be favored by more here. But let's dive into the player props a little bit because those are fun. And maybe you want to add a little player prop, or maybe you just like the player props. I don't know. But Evander Kane plus 205 to score a goal here is actually pretty good value here. I mean, I try not to go too deep on the goal scoring stuff because it's obviously very variable, but this guy's got 5 goals in his last 8 games. Like I said, this top line for San Jose, 17 points in the last 3 games. Coyotes haven't stopped anyone of late. They're coming in on a losing streak. These are really nice odds. I mean, just as an example, Phil Kessel is plus 160 to score a goal here. Why is Evander Kane bigger odds than Phil Kessel? I don't know, but Kane to score a goal here against the Coyotes, I like it a lot.
Geoff, before we let you go,
Yes.
Let's switch to DFS here real quick and have you give us your favorite DFS play.
Well, I basically just gave it. It's the Coyotes top line. I've been talking about it all show segment. Thomas Hertl, Evander Kane, Alex Barbanov, 3,400 there. Hertl 6,000, Evander Kane 6,800. They're a cheap top line that you can just stack. Easy, lots of power play time as well.
AJ, what say you?
Well, I think I'm going to have to change up my DFS lineup tonight after listening to Geoff really sell it here with those Sharks. But I like Kirill Kaprizov for the Minnesota Wild tonight at 6,900. He's not on the top end of that pay scale for wingers. He's got 10 goals in his last 10 outings, 2 helpers on top of that, 4 of those points coming with the man advantage. It's a great matchup with the Ducks, who are giving up over 3 goals per game on the year. And then you can even pair him up pretty cost effectively with Matt Zuccarello for 5,400. So I'm going to look to the Minnesota Wild's second line tonight.